We got. Okay, guys. The Chris and Dan show. What's up, Chris? You're
Peace.
not in the. You're not in the frame. I know, like.
I'm not in the frame.
I could be intimidating to get.
I can see my
close.
head.
No,
All right,
you're
Chris
not
is
in.
here. This is the Chris and Dan show, by the way. So it's Chris Sauber. You should be leading this discussion.
I have no idea even what we're talking about.
So
This is hilarious.
we're in a very special place. We're in Joey
Close to your
Finner's
heart.
office.
Where
We
it
should,
all started.
We should bust out some drink, like one beer. Can you guys do one beer or
Yeah.
something?
They're grind coffee.
What do you
I
want?
could.
You want?
I could. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, man.
I see no beer.
You don't
I'll
want
introduce
whiskey? You don't want whiskey or?
I can just do
we
one
have
because
cold
I'm
beer.
fasting.
We have cold beer.
Okay.
What kind of beer?
Anything you say.
Hazy IPA.
Any
Chris
Bud-
hates
Bud-
IPAs.
Any Bud Light?
Or we have one of these wine seltzers.
That's a Chris.
I
drink.
could see you drinking.
So for people that
it's,
don't
like,
know,
it's actually just wine.
So yesterday was my wife and I's anniversary.
oh, congrats, man!
Thanks. 18 years.
Congrats, Julie. I know you're watching.
Oh,
You're one
are
of
we
our
doing this?
loyal subscribers. Yeah.
So we went out
Just one.
and I ordered my
We can
usual
split it.
girly drink.
Chris, for those that don't know, Chris specializes in girly drinks.
So
That's,
a different waiter came by and was handing it. He was bringing it over to Julie, and she said, "No, I have the IPA." Because she ordered an IPA.
okay.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I just figured looking at the two of you." It's like, no, I like the girly drinks. Come on.
He would have never known.
Yeah.
We're in a. So why don't you tell us, like, we've been busy lately with the reactions. We'll come back. I know you Nightwish fans. Nightwish fans have been screaming for
More Nightwish. Sure.
We got Nightwish. We've been on a U.S. tear for a while. And they're saying we need to go back to globalization.
More European.
More globalization.
European and Japan.
European,
and China.
Japan. Joey's getting the drink. Look at this guy.
I'm actually just the
Right now.
bartender.
Joey, why
No
don't you
intro.
introduce introduce
I
yourself?
pork drink.
So Joey
What
has a
accent
channel.
was that? So, sorry, Dan.
It was
What accent was
a
that
little
supposed
bit
to be?
Hispanic and Russian.
That's kind of what I figured. It wasn't anything I recognized.
Right? Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Hey, cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers
Where it
to
all started.
our 12 new subscribers from yesterday. Hey man, it's every dozen that counts. So this is that Fantastic Haze.
This is that. It's fantastic.
I've never tried this. Nevada Brewing Company.
Yeah.
So
It's good.
Joey.
Horrible with mint gum.
So here's the thing with Joey.
Yes.
Joey and I have been business partners since 2014. I saw you here.
Yeah.
I saw you here, and when we both first started, I said, "Hey man, where'd you get that sign? It's really cool."
That's right.
And then we started
I
talking.
do remember that.
Then we went door knocking. We did donuts. A lot of
Lots
hustling.
of door knocking.
Hustling back in the day, and I continued with clinical research with this feller, and then Joey kept growing with real estate.
That's right.
Now he's
Speaking
got
of
his
growing,
own
that's a great
office.
tangent. The question I had last time I was here.
That's what she said.
Yeah, great tangent. Yeah, it's growing. So I noticed that there's a bunch of booths out there, very small, tiny booths, and you have a larger office. Booths. Did I say boobs?
Booths.
I heard booze.
I heard
Boobs. Like
I heard boobs.
like
Now I'm
you
kind of
get-
hoping you said boobs.
So like how you get in trouble at like detention in high school. You have
Yep.
to sit in one of those. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah,
like
cubicles.
little desks,
Cubicles.
cubicles. There we go. So they're
One
pretty small.
sip, Chris. One
Hey,
sip.
yeah,
She doesn't subscribe, right?
She
Doesn't subscribe.
Who doesn't subscribe?
The one from our office. Does she watch?
Oh no, she doesn't.
Do you think it will improve her work ethic? Give her a cubicle.
Might.
Tell her, hey, we're gonna give you some boobs.
Well, what is Chris talking about? But okay, you noticed
So-
them walking in.
So why do you have an office and everybody else out there has a little cubicle?
Because he's a boss. I could speak for
Do you have to
Joey.
pay for these?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, he's a
okay.
boss.
Do they have to pay for the cubicles?
No.
Oh, okay.
You earn this.
But
or
there's like a
Joey's.
minimum production, and first you have to meet the minimum production, and then you have to pay.
He's
Got
the
it.
inspiration to them. Like, they look at
To the
him
boobs.
every day. To the booth.
Booth, BOOT.
They see him every day, and when they start staring too hard, he just closes the
And start staring at you. And you shut it up.
He's like,
But yeah, no, we actually moved up here, so I had a tiny office.
This is a great
Speaking about size, I had a tiny
People
office.
still don't know who you are.
Is that what she said? You have a tiny something?
A tiny office.
Uh-huh.
Big jacket, tiny office. For like 2 years, and then
Sure,
about
I
a
was
year
gonna
ago,
love
we
this
moved up to the huge office.
Huge.
Yeah,
I see.
I think early last year in January.
There is, you know how they say 6 degrees of separation for everybody? Well, it's less than that. We interviewed Chris Heller.
Oh,
Chris
dude,
Heller used to
I
be the
wanna-
owner of this
Yeah,
whole building.
that's right.
Like this whole
Yeah,
business.
dude, good for you guys
You're
for getting
CEO,
Chris.
He was
Yeah.
CEO of the
Well,
entire Keller Williams. Like
all of Keller
worldwide.
Williams, which has like
But he was one of the owners of
150,000
this particular
agents.
franchise.
yeah.
Okay.
And of several in San Diego
Yep.
and Texas. But,
So
That's
as owner, does he get a percentage of everybody?
Yeah,
but he doesn't
profit.
own it anymore, right?
Correct. Yeah, he recently sold. But yeah, when you own the office, you get a percentage of profitability. Yeah.
Nice.
But who am I?
He knew who you were.
Speaking of boobs,
Did you watch the interview?
I haven't watched.
Oh
it
my
yet.
god, we give him
Yeah.
so many shout outs.
Okay,
He didn't even
good.
watch it.
I'll have to
He
share
gave
it on
you-
my social.
He knew who you were. I asked him twice on 2 different occasions
Damn. No way. That's
to
awesome.
see if the first time he's just
right. If he's
bullshit.
just yeah.
But no, he wasn't. He's like, yeah, I know Joey.
Dude, that's great. No, he early on because I've been in real estate for 9 years. The first, I think he was the owner of this office.
How old are you?
How old am I? How old do I look?
53.
Well, you don't. I would assume you have to be at least 18 to be an agent, right?
So he's
I
17,
look
actually.
super young.
Yeah, you don't look 27.
I'll be 33
Really?
in July.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I know, but I literally have the same face since I was 18. My whole life through 18, I was always looked so much older than I was.
Yeah.
Like literally right when I turned 18, I was like, oh, now you look younger than you. I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
So when I'm older, I
So-
think it'll be a little bit more helpful. But speaking of size, like you were saying.
Speaking of size, so Joey, him and I have always been talking about YouTube channels.
Yeah, that's right.
Mainly because in 2010 I did mine, but when we were doing real estate, we were like, hey man, we should do it. And remember, we even had with just a few videos we did, we had people come to open houses and say, I recognize you.
You're right. Yeah. One guy wrote an offer and he's like, oh yeah, you guys did that video of
And we
Serrano
did, like, just
community.
one random video was
Yeah,
put on
and
that
I-
channel, and the guy came in the open house like, hey, I know you from that video, so he thought we were
Yeah.
like Mr.
No, Dan,
Wickham.
that was when I was like, holy shit. Like, that's pretty dang cool. Like, someone, like, straight up was searching a neighborhood, and on Google, I think is what he found. And then it was Google that then pointed him to YouTube about it.
Mhm.
So, I have a question. When you first started real estate here, right? Which you and Dan both started about the same time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think.
we were
Yeah.
in the same class.
Yeah.
That's right.
So that was how long ago?
I think it was like 2013, early
Yeah,
2014.
2013, we
Right
had
around there.
Portia Ryan.
It's like
Shout
8
out to
years ago.
Portia Ryan was our teacher.
Say again?
Like 8 years ago, give or take.
8-9 years ago, yeah.
Okay. So in the last 8 years up to now, I would assume now's the easiest it is, right?
For
Or
me?
Yeah, like it's easy to sell a house. It's easy to find a buyer for a house, but it's probably, I would guess, more difficult to get like clients. No?
So it's more difficult to get clients right now?
Yeah. Like I would think
Nah, dude.
I would think it's so easy to sell your house right now.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Okay,
yeah,
now
so
I'm
easy to
understanding.
sell your house or so easy to buy a house. Like
Got it.
It's just the
He
transactions are
thinks
so
people are
quick.
falling out of the sky asking you to sell their home
No, that's not what
compared
he's
to
saying.
2014.
No, that's not what I'm
No,
saying.
he's
No?
saying that right now.
The turnover is so quick
Yeah.
that people don't get tired of their agent. Like this guy is not selling
Correct.
my house.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're
okay,
not coming
okay.
to you. There's no difficulties in
Oh, I
transactions
see.
right now.
Great, dude. Great question. So I
That is
think
a good solid, Chris.
So the
Chris Sabra with the solid.
with the duration that I've been in business, so when I first started out, it was really tough to get business, or really tough to find buyers and
Because
sellers.
you're not known.
You're not known.
You're not a known
exactly.
commodity.
And you know, I looked super young. I just got in. Didn't really
But you
have
still look super
experience.
young. We
right.
just discussed that.
But I had no experience or results, right? So today, so even though that it's super, it takes less effort to sell your house. Like it doesn't take a bunch of intense skill for an agent to list and sell a house. But at the same token, that's that's one of the reasons why people hire a realtor is to just list it on the MLS. That's one portion out of that's 1/3 out of 2/3. The other portion is just the contracts, and the legal disclosures, and most importantly, negotiating. Just getting into escrow and accepting an offer. That's the first part of the deal.
But I would think that part would be the easiest right now, right?
Yeah, no, it is.
Like there's probably not a whole lot of negotiations going on. I mean, there may be a little, but comparatively speaking to when the market's slow.
Yeah, no, you are right, but negotiation that I do on my seller's behalf is making sure we're picking the right offer. You got 15, 20 offers coming in. How the hell are you going to know which, a lot of buyers are BSing, not sending proof of funds. They're not actually pre-approved. So it's common even in this market.
He helped me on the landlord front too.
Yep.
I mean, I know it's not selling a house, but
that's
we had a bunch
similar.
of tenants coming in.
Yeah,
and a lot of them were bullshitting.
Correct.
I looked them up on Instagram and
right.
wow, this person looks like a
or they
degenerate.
didn't work where they said they were.
Yeah.
I mean, there is that when you have an influx amount of offers coming in, just because you have your license doesn't mean you're actually going to sell it. And in actuality, you can, I see sellers losing sometimes because they happen to find another, or their friend that's a realtor, or the next door neighbor is a realtor and just got their license, and they could lose on being in and out of escrow several times. And if you keep falling in and out of escrow, that looks bad to the public. They think that something's wrong with the house, right? It's not selling, something's wrong. So there's many facets to a realtor, but yeah, just because it's easy to sell a house, actually, if anything, this market I picked up 4x, because of this
Really?
Market going, it's so crazy. And a lot of people, the consumers are confused of what's going on with the market. And with so much uncertainty, I think this is the bottom line, with so much uncertainty, with especially a large purchase or a large transaction, you want a professional that knows what they're doing.
To guide you, certainly.
To guide you. Just like if you're getting surgery, you want a professional.
You don't want
right?
something straight out of med school.
Exactly.
So,
med school dropout.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Even better.
Shout out, yeah.
So maybe you can shed some light on this, but this is why I think the market's just so hot and so easy right now, and I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe this something unique happened here, but our neighbor, they just sold their house, right? They never had a sign up.
Yeah.
I heard them one day, like a month ago, talking about selling their home, right? Because they wanted to move to Arizona.
Oh, cool.
Where Dan lives.
Yuma.
I don't know where they're moving in Arizona, but they were talking about they want to move
Probably
to
not
Arizona.
Yuma.
They're retirement age.
Oh, maybe Yuma.
So, so anyhow, they were talking about it. I heard it because I was working in the backyard, and they were
Like
outside.
a good boy.
Yeah, I was eavesdropping. Nothing else to listen to. So I told Julie, my wife, and she looked on Zillow, and she noticed the other day that the house had sold, and it had sold for $60,000 over asking. And I was like, "What the hell? It didn't even have a for sale sign." And it sold, I think she said, in 3 days from the time that it was listed.
And sometimes that's happened to me. Sometimes
But there was no sales for sale sign.
Sometimes that happens.
You just you put it on the MLS
Correct.
and somebody comes up so quickly.
Correct.
Yeah,
It's just
isn't
done.
it the for sale
that's
signs
not-
don't really do much?
Correct. Yeah.
It's just
But
marketing
you're just
for the
accustomed
real.
to seeing it. though.
Correct. No, you are. 99% of the time it's there. But that's happened to me last year where I think I was out of town or what have you, and it was before I had additional team members, and I sold an escrow on a property before we put the for sale sign up.
Okay.
So that's not super uncommon, and that's okay. Now, again, if I could control it, would I want a for sale sign up so it looks more official? Sure.
Well,
But
that's good advertising too, I think.
for me,
The
correct.
sign is better for the realtor than
Right.
the,
Exactly.
Same
Yes.
thing with the open. Let's be honest, all right? Look, this is people watching. They may not be interested in being realtors,
What the hell?
but they might be interested in investing.
Yes,
And by the way,
absolutely.
we're gonna have Joey as a monthly
Frequent guest.
monthly investing guest for give us an update on the market, real estate market. All right, let's give them as we wrap up some good reason for watching. Okay, did you know, guys, an open house really doesn't do much benefit for the seller. It does benefit for the agent. True or false?
I'm nodding my head.
So I can
Did
see
you know
that.
that?
Yeah, you've told me that, but
Okay,
I can
so-
see that. But at the same time, I would disagree with that to a degree, and this is the reason why.
All right.
Because I've been watching real estate in Texas, Tennessee, and Florida for like literally 2 years or
When are
so
you
now.
moving?
I don't know, if ever.
Shrapnel
So-
wants you to go to Alabama.
Yeah, that probably won't happen. So,
Shout out to Shrapnel.
but I've noticed like I'll be watching a house and it's still there on Zillow. Then they'll post that they're having an open house, and then it's sold right after the open house.
Mhm.
So it does seem to work. I mean,
Yeah. So a lot of times, what people will do. So open houses are helpful, but it definitely does. Like one of the reasons why, maybe one of the bigger reasons why I do open houses is because a lot of buyers come there that don't have a realtor. So I'm also
right. So you
hey,
get both
if-
sides, especially if they buy that house.
No, I'm not even focused on that.
Sure.
But if they buy a house,
Right.
if it happens to be this one, great. I'm right
Day
here. I'll
one,
help.
if I were a full-time realtor, that's what I would do. Day one, I would say, who's the agent? All the busy agents, they need help, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, I have 2 open houses this Saturday and I don't have anyone. Hey, I'm there. I'll
Yeah.
do it.
And that's
They
what I
let you
did my
keep
first
any
6
leads.
years. I was
Right.
doing crazy
that
amount of
come
work.
Right, you get warm leads.
Yeah.
And
But
the seller's
it's a
happy because somebody's doing open house.
Exactly. The seller's happy, and people will come through. Like sometimes during the open house, a buyer will write an offer through there. 95% of them won't, but a buyer will. I sell houses all the time with not doing any open houses, and I sell houses all the time with doing open houses. But I think naturally, if you do open houses, maybe buyers will come in that week, and if you restrict the showings to only that Saturday, Sunday, that's what we're seeing these days. Is that we'll list a property on Monday or Tuesday. I'll allow the first showing on Saturday and Sunday, and then offers are reviewed on Tuesday. That's just so. That's why you're seeing that is because
Well,
most
yeah.
realtors are copying that. Yeah.
Chris
especially
Heller
with-
would be proud.
With
Yeah.
such a hot market, I mean,
Yeah.
it only makes sense, right?
But
Yeah.
you know he's subscribing, right? Chris Heller? He's subscribed.
You did he?
Yeah, he said he's going to subscribe.
Good.
So, Chris Heller, that's your boy Joey. All right,
Hey,
so
Chris.
every month, right, you're going to come on.
Yeah, we can talk. Yeah, real
We'll
estate,
do real estate, you down
investing.
with
More
that?
importantly,
Sure.
Every month. And every month you want to, while you're doing that, we also throw in a bonus, like you react to a video with us.
Could
That-
be political, could be music.
that sounds huge. Yeah.
Yeah. You can
Huge.
break huge.
Say huge right now.
Next to the booths.
I see the boobs over there. You know the boobs? I saw a lot of boobs.
They're little small boobs.
In between the boobs.
We need to put her
Small
in
boobs.
small boob
Mm.
over there.
Oh, this
We'll
is
do a
too
video
bad.
on that for my channel right now.
This is too.
As we walk
I did
out.
email her this morning.
All right, let's do a video on that one. Okay,
Cool.
so
Let's do it.
Where can they go subscribe to you just for real estate stuff?
They can on YouTube, just my name, Joey Finro, and then Instagram.
FINROW.
Instagram, it's at Joey Finro.
There you go, FINROW.
All over the reels.
You'll see him a lot more, guys.
Yep.
All
The
over the
reactions are
reels.
coming. Hang in there. All right, we'll get them. Chris is looking at the comments now to see.
He's
What we're gonna
reacting
do
right
next.
now.
Take care, guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye. What do you mean by reels?
I'm gonna leave that in there.
Love it. What's a reel?